Hi guys. So I'm up. I was thinking what I should have for dinner, and it went from I was gonna do some of that boil in the bag white rice, jasmine rice, and that Trader Joe's orange chicken, and then when I opened the freezer, I just saw these. I remember I got these at Target. So I'm just gonna do my little shoestring fries with ranch, and then I have something here for dessert. um, and I don't know, cause my stomach feels a little queasy right now, so I was like, what do I want? And then I have these rolls, these cheese sandwich rolls, but unfortunately, it says sell through 5/22, December 5/22, which is today. So I think, or was it yesterday? So I'm like, hopefully I get those tomorrow. But yeah, those are like not the kind that have the preservatives in them, so they don't have a long shelf life. But squeezy. So you guys, I don't know for sure when yet, but I think I'm gonna be starting therapy, but I don't know when. Um, cause um I talked to one of the therapist people today, and then so they have to call me, and so I can make an appointment. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I think because I was talking to my friend about it, and I was just like a few days ago, and I was just like, I don't know. And something I was surprised about from her was she told me talked to she talked to a therapist. So I don't know. I didn't even know that. You know how you don't share everything with everybody. So maybe I was kind of like, whoa, really? But yeah, she kind of told me how they do help you through a lot of things. So we'll see how that all goes. I've never done it, so I don't know. It's kind of like half leery, half like excited about it because um I don't know, maybe I'll learn something about myself or like learn some better ways to like just handle things, that come my way. Just the inevitable things in life. So I don't know yet, you guys. I'm like kind of nervous too cuz I'm just like they say, like my friend was saying, it's easier sometimes like talking to a stranger because even though it's like, whoa, there's people stain on my shirt. This is like in my clean laundry too. I don't know why. Because so you know how you think with black shirts and stuff that stains won't show, but yeah, that must be an oil stain or something. But anyway, she was saying that sometimes with a stranger is easier because you don't have like kind of like any pressure with it because with a person that's in your life, like it's like more you're more worried about how like they're gonna perceive you and stuff, and just I don't know. Like I had an experience where um like something years ago I had this friend where she told me that her boyfriend, like when they were arguing, he threw it in her face like, oh, he's gonna go take your meds and this and that. And I've always been like, oh my god, like who would do that? But then um I remember like somebody said to me like once that, oh, um I said something and they were like something about they mentioned something about my meds, and I was just thinking like, well, like what does that have to do? Like people think just because you take something for that, or depression or anxiety or something, that's like they use that as ammo, like when they're arguing with you. Like it's like something about I don't think that has anything to do with it, because if they didn't know you were on meds, they would be, what else would they blame it on? I was like, I can't believe people use that against people, and it's like, yeah, it happened to me once before too. Like, and I'm like, so I'm not saying everybody's like that, so I'm not using that because some people wouldn't do stuff like that, but I'm just saying at least with someone that doesn't know you and stuff to that degree, or that not really doesn't know you, but someone that you don't socialize with and stuff, like a professional, you don't have you won't really have that wall. Maybe in the first visit because it's like you don't know how they are and you haven't interacted with them, but I think you're a little more like, I think this is the word, uninhibited. Like, you know how, like, you don't have like you don't have to like just need to impress them. You're just like, if they like me, or they're gonna probably like you, or they may not like you, or you may not get along with them or whatever, and like you'll kind of know and go from there. Like, I read different experiences people have with therapists, but you don't have the same like hang-ups or fears that you would have with like a person that you're trying to like be friends with or be romantic with or whatever. So I mean, of course, like, those people are gonna know that anyway eventually if they like stay in your life, but it's just a different, I guess, I'm not trying to say it's a different relationship with somebody that you just kind of, they know you, they know what your issues are, but you know you only see them or deal with them every once in a while. So it's like, oh, this person knows me, but they don't know me. Like, they don't. I don't have to be like, funny, laughing all the time, girl. I can be like the real side. So not the real side. I mean, I am who I am. I am like this. What you guys see how I am in the video. That is how I am. But I do have a side where I feel just so much like, I guess, like, fear about certain things, like just anxieties about certain things that I kind of thought I would grow out of, and I haven't. I guess they're still there, like hang-ups and like things I guess I haven't worked through. So I just feel like it's the time to do it now, because it's kind of, I feel like it's interfering with my life. It's like certain things, like a domino. It's like, if you don't address this or that, issues or hang up with yourself, then you can't progress, because you're always going to be stuck, because you need to get past certain things to kind of be able to function in a way that, or get the things in your life that you want. You can't kind of be closed and have a wall around you, kind of like an armor around you all the time. And it's weird because it's like, with certain people I don't have that, but then other people I do. I'm very cautious, but then other people I'm too open with getting close to them. Like, it's weird. But I feel like also I pick the wrong people sometimes, like, to, I don't know. I feel like I was telling my friend, I feel like it's weird, like, as an adult, because, like, when you're younger, you don't have really, like, you just are friends with whoever, but when you're an adult, because of life and stuff, you kind of feel like, oh, you kind of try to be a little more open, so you're more accepting of people and just things about them, but then you're kind of like, maybe you're too easy with it, because then you get all these weird experiences or lessons. But I don't know, maybe I'll learn all about what the issues are with this person. We'll see. I don't know, you guys. I'm just trying to like hype myself up with it, because I'm just like, I don't know. I just want to see. I told my friend I want my life to kind of like go in a different direction now, emotionally, and you know, and I think I do need to work through some things, and I haven't worked through them, so that's why it's like stagnant and like not getting out of my comfort zone about a lot of things. So yeah, we'll see. But anyway, you guys, Everything's going good so far. Otherwise, I just talked to my dad. Actually, he just called like I want to say an hour ago, but then it was crazy because the phone dropped, like the call dropped. So I don't know if what's going on. Or, I thought I was still talking. You know how you're still talking? You're all like getting into it. I was like, yeah, and this and that, and blah blah. We were talking about something, and like, um, he was like, and then I didn't hear him say anything, and then it was just you know how you could tell when the phone like ends or whatever the call ends. He was asking you guys, okay, did I or did I not? You know how I love my AirPods, right? I told him do not get no bootleg AirPods. So he told me he got some like when he was at the Verizon store, he got these headphones, like the ones that you put in your earbuds, but they weren't AirPods. But I was like, you know, bruh, like you need to get AirPods because those, to me, in my opinion, are superior to like the other brands. I haven't tried all like the Beats by Dre or like all those other ones, but I tried a lot of the ones that are kind of in the AirPod range, price range, and I returned a lot of them too. I only kept like the AirPods because he was like, I was. It was funny because when he first called, I was like, cause I texted him earlier, I think this morning, but I know that there was a big old time difference. But I texted him. He was like, I was like, when he called, I was like, oh my god, I can't find any of my AirPods, and I have like 3 backup pairs. But that's not really a flex or anything because like they're not. You know how if you use them a lot, they start to kind of die out a little bit. I mean, none of them are like totally die, but they're like obviously I got a new pair like maybe a year ago, or no, not a year ago, like months ago, like maybe back in March, or and that was to replace one of my pairs that it was like not working as good anymore. It still works, but not like. So yeah, I use them all the time. So yeah, they're not. Some of them aren't. I couldn't find any of them. He's like, what? Like, because he was like thinking, like, how do you not know where any of those are? And they were under my pillow. I was like, the whole day, because I was empty on my purse. I was going everywhere because I was like, I must have left them in the lift. They must have fell on my purse in the lift, or they're somewhere, or maybe on my dad's desk. I don't know. And I was like, so it was funny because he's like, oh, what do you do when one's not playing or something? But they're not. He's talking about some old off-brand he got from Verizon, and I'm like, I would have to see it, and I don't know. He was so anti like earbuds for like the longest. He was like, no, I only like the earphones that you put over your head, and I'm like, so it's just so funny hearing the little like complaints now and stuff. And so he said he got some bootleg ones over there for $10. I was like, don't even ask, okay? I don't even F with those at all. I had to learn the hard way so many times. Like some things you do have to you guys put out a little more because the little cheap ones just ain't it. Okay, my air fryer's been like on. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna put my fries in. I. So, you guys, have you ever had an experience with someone where, whoa. Oh, Alexa, stop. Have you ever had an experience with someone where, you know how you've had like an issue with somebody, and then you go sometime and like, okay, wait, hold on. No, 380. These are the Target brands. I don't know how good these are. So you guys, you know how you haven't talked to them or anything, and you've just replayed all the scenarios in your head about the issues and everything, and why you should just be done. Well, so I deleted somebody from my phone like a while ago because they were just. I just didn't want it. You know how you don't have to really have an explanation. You're just like, I'm finished. I'm good. You know how it's the saying that some people are not they're part of they're a chapter in your life, but they're not. They didn't make the cut. for whatever reason, like I said, I haven't been the most discriminating with friends and stuff. Like I've been like, not that I've had like a lot of people take advantage of me or anything. It's just sometimes it's just I kind of let things run, not run their course when they should, and I feel like if you don't communicate things and you don't like really respect when I communicate something, then like by not acknowledging it, because if you're telling somebody, well, this bothers me, I'm annoyed by this, and then you just don't reply, and then you just when you see them again, you act like business as usual. I'm like, I feel like you're not even acknowledging my feelings or anything about anything. So I kind of see now what I'm dealing with, and I kind of like play by ear. So I hadn't really talked to this person in a while, so I didn't have their number on my phone, but I never blocked them or anything. So somebody from that area code hit me up, but I don't have a lot of people from my phone in that area code. So it was like either them, Kaiser from LA, because one of my doctors is I see her on the video, but I haven't been in person. But they're out of LA, so I know the number is 323, right? So the person that called or texted me, they were like, "Hey, girly, what's up?" And like, I didn't know who it was at first, but then I kind of put two and two together because it was like I only know a few people from that area code. So I waited for a minute, and then I I shouldn't have done this, but I'm on. Oh, sorry, wrong. I didn't say oh. I just said sorry, wrong number. I just got this number yesterday, and the person answered later, and they were like, oh, my bad, toodles. And I didn't know if they were like being not sarcastic, but kind of being like, oh, okay, it's like that, or if they were being like, oh, okay, I got the wrong number, because I don't know. But you guys, yeah, okay, call me passive aggressive, but I didn't want to go there anymore with it. It's just like, sometimes you gotta, like my friend Leah, you said one time, do you. She's like, do you. Like, do what you have to do for you. And there's a reason. I have my reasons. And I just feel like it's time to just part ways with it, because basically, it's just like, I don't know. It's just like Shawnee O'Neal says in the end of on Basketball Wives LA, thank you for your services. Like, like basically like you dismiss. Like, go. Yeah, I didn't do it direct like I should have, but I basically did that. It was like, I don't know if this person kind of knew what the idea was, because I'm not the type that would just be like, when I changed my number, which is like I haven't changed it in years, but when I changed my number, I would hit everybody up before I did it, especially like my regulars that I talk to. So they probably would be like, she would have told me, So I don't know. But I didn't like the fact that it was like, and like I said, I'm not perfect with it. Okay, I'm human with it, but I'm not perfect with how I kind of deal with it sometimes. But I was just saying that I don't like people who just in and out of your life like that. I'm the type that I'm just like, yeah, you don't have to blow somebody up. And this goes for friends, like romantic things, everything. It's a little, like I said, it's a little different with romantic, but because I feel like it's a different kind of interaction, but I feel like either way, it's kind of the same as far as contact sometimes, because I feel like when somebody reaches out to you, even if you can't talk to them, at some point, I feel like within that day or the next day or something, that you should reach out and say, well, let me hit you back up or whatever, or I'll hit you or whatever. I guess people, like a lot of people, it seems like they don't want to do that. They just want to be like, well, if I'm not answering, it's an answer, because that's how I kind of feel like that too, that if no response is a response. But I feel like instead of people acknowledging that, they just want to be like, well, if I don't say anything, then they won't know, that I'm annoyed or that I don't want to talk to them or whatever. And then when I'm like, or I'm just, they're not important, they're not a priority. So when I feel like I'm bored or whatever, then I can still have them there, And I just was like getting that vibe to an extent because I talked to the person before, so a lot of times, so I know kind of how they roll, and I'm just like, seriously, like, I'm not a second place person, okay? Like, and that goes for every type of friendship or relationship, Like, dude, I'm not saying that you have to give somebody your, like, undivided attention all the time, but if you want to be in someone's life in any capacity, I just feel like you need to give them the bare minimum respect, like, that, oh, let me hit you up, or I'll get back to you, or, you know, people prioritize people in their lives in a certain level. They're like, well, you're just this or you're that. They have their own kind of ranking in their mind, but I just feel like don't treat me like a little doll that you. Oh, let me play with her now, like we were with our toys, our dolls when we were little. Let me play with Barbie right now. Let me play with, you know, Baby Magic or what her name was, that little doll that felt real, like a big doll. It was heavy, like a real baby. I had that doll, like, let me play with this, let me play with that, let me play with Raggedy Ann today and then not play with her for another month. That's what it feels like, and I don't even think that's even has anything to do with therapy or anything. That's just real. That's how I'm going to be anyway. Because I feel like, maybe I'll learn in therapy that, yeah, just give people a chance to reach out. People have things going on. But at the same time, I'm not stupid either. Like, I know that people do have things going on. Because I have things going on sometimes where I don't want to really deal with anyone. But I just feel like if you want to keep some kind of connection with a person, that you need to at least be like, oh, let me hit you up. Not just go like 3 weeks, never say anything, and then you're like, oh, hey, like it's just supposed to pick up where we left off, because no, So that's just how I feel about it, you guys. Like, we're all different, and um, like, I just feel like people just kind of want to not acknowledge what, like, your feelings about the situation. Like, everyone has different communication styles. I'm just the type of person who I'm like, acknowledge my existence. Like, acknowledge you got the message, the text, the call, whatever. But if you don't ever say nothing, I already kind of like, okay, well, that's how it is. So, because, like I'm saying, there's 24 hours in a day. There's times when you're not doing anything, And there's a point where you're like, okay, I can't hit this person back up, you know? Because it's like, well, I don't, it's different. Like I said, it's different with romantic because it's like, it's different. Like, okay, yeah, obviously with a boyfriend or something, it's way different. I'm not saying blow them up, but I do feel that when they're trying to get at you and stuff, they're all the time throwing you up. It's like, let me get a restraining order. But then after they got you, it's like, well, But that's different. I'm not talking about that in this situation. I'm talking about just in general, people in general, like whether it's friends or someone you're getting to know or whatever. So I feel like this person was just being a little too flip floppy about it. So, and they were a friend. It wasn't anything like anything else, but still, I still feel like it's the same difference, whether it's romantic or platonic. You know, I just feel like I'm good. Because it's like my mom used to say, it's like you're an afterthought, you know? Like, oh, I'll get to you when I get to you. But you steady tell me about all the people that you do give your time to that don't even, aren't even giving you any kind of like indication they're interested in you or anything. But then people that you know, that are just kind of wanting to see what's up and don't need like a lot of your attention, you're like, oh, I'll get back to them when I get back to them. That's the thing with me I don't like. Okay, I don't know why these ones are taking longer than the Ida ones. Okay, but anyway, you guys, sorry I talked so long. I just, whoa. I was like, oh, I wanted to talk about that. Because I think I just need to talk about things sometimes just to see, like, yeah, this happened today. Or, no, this happened yesterday. The thing with the person I pretended it wasn't my right number. But it is what it is, If anything, I know where they at on Instagram. So if I want to be like, hey, because I couldn't do it from my number now because they're gonna know that. Wait, this is your number. What were you joking or what? So I don't want to. I don't foresee, like, I do foresee myself maybe reaching out at some point, but it's not like an urgency right now because I got too many other things inside and outside of my mind that I can't really deal with the games, So deuces, pretty much, even if no matter how you do it, you guys, whether you do it in a passive aggressive way or you do it in a blunt way, you're still doing it because you know it's like treat people how you want to be treated. If you want people to be like, people aren't just gonna be there just to be like, okay, I'm still here, I'm still here, I'm still here. I'm like, it was just like I was telling my friend Paula. I was like, girl, I was telling her, how I was telling her that some of these people act like it's your job to just make them happy all the time. I'm like, I ain't gonna do all that. I ain't even getting no. You guys can imagine what I said, because we talk to each other like that. But anyway, so it is what it is. But whatever. Anyway, guys, I will talk to you guys later. Have a good Tuesday. I'll keep you posted on everything else. All right, bye.